was some confusion because the umpire said not out. He didn't think it was out, but then Dhananjay. Shanaka and Hasaranga, the two all-rounders left, and then Sri Lanka goes down to the tail. Asalanka and Lianage just in. Ishara the one missing out for 0, the others getting into double figures, but nothing really to talk about in that scorecard we've just seen.
But how about that over on his comeback game from Shadab? Picked up 2 wickets.
Ooh. Goodness, played it from his off stump, just played it so late. Allowed the ball to spin back a little bit.
And that's how you protect. The opposition doesn't work in these conditions. Now, I don't know why players are impelled in this format.
Eight gone, 44 for 4 at the moment. If you've joined us, that Pakistan decided to bowl first after they won the toss. And they've done well. 2 wickets for the batters, 2 for spinners. Shadab, welcome back. 2 wickets in his very first over. Last he appeared in this format for the country back in June 2025. And the problem was dealing spin. And luckily a great response from Asalanka, went through with it. Shadab's first over, John. Really pretty straight delivery, and went on with that sweep and completely missed that. Hitting that back leg. And then this one again, playing away from the body, the wrong one. That faint inside edge.
That's right, it was a dream start for him.
So early on, just looking to sweep first ball, really full delivery. You can maybe knock that up the ground to start, get off strike, and then inside edge, well taken behind the stumps for his second wicket.
And speaking of spin, still that third option is available in Abrar, the mystery spinner. Spinners, and as we were talking about it, John, they've got Saim Ayub, who can also bowl a bit, and he's been the pick for them.
Well done.
Of course, Nawaz and Abrar being there in that 11 for a while now, and Shadab's inclusion, just bowling options when required.
Also, you got the luxury of having Nawaz, really offers you a lovely batting option. So they're really strong in this department, and he's had a really good last 6 months. He's come on royal. He's man of the series, man of the match on many of occasions now. Big appeal, but well outside the off stump. They're running hard. It's going to be hauled in. So it's just the two, but Nawaz has come on in leaps and bounds. He's always been in and out the side, but what's happened now is he's put in some sterling performance.
They had their power play in the 30s, losing 2 wickets, and then further dent, where double wicket over from Shadab, right at the end of the power play.
Too long ago, they bowled out for 94, the lowest score. T20s against Bangladesh, so they've got some bad memories coming back here at this ground, and hopefully they can put in a better performance here. And they're going to need to really well these locked in.
Oh.
164 average first inning score in the 9 games that have been played here. They really have to will decide which bowler and when to just press that accelerator. Going to go maybe between 7 and 9 runs and over somewhere to end up with 130 plus. But he's picked that up and he's got hold of it. You could just tell by the sound of ball on bat. Got right underneath that, planted that foot to the pitch of the ball and launched it properly.
Launching it, as you said, is a beautiful stroke. This is a good matchup for the batting side. Left-hander, left-arm orthodox with the turn, and this is the matchup they want to do a lot more often, this batting partnership. Try and get a partnership of some stature with themselves the launching pad for those last 5 overs.
Now Sri Lanka will keep strike. End of another over. 10 gone, 59 for 4.
है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले, फायदे पे फायदा दे।
59 for 4, halfway stage. This will be a very, very crucial partnership. Got to make sure they don't lose any more and allow themselves to have 6 wickets in hand with the last 5 overs. And then look for, say, 50 plus, maybe more. You could afford to do that when you've got 5 or 6 wickets in hand. Shadab will continue into his 3rd over, 2 for 7. Still no abroad.
Shadab has got a big smile on his face. No wonder. I'll have that too. 2 for 8. Entering his 3rd over. He's pretty consistent so far today. Lost wickets in his really. 13 for 1, 15 for 2. And once they again building again, and they're 37 for 3, 38 for 4.
Down the wicket, and he finds the man in, tips it over the boundary. Saibzada Farhan there would have been 3rd for Shadab. He was in good position to take that. He eventually just helps it on its way.
As he was taking his hands towards the ball, he was looking over his shoulder. In a way, he knew that boundary rope was right behind him, but the batter would have had his heart in his mouth at this stage. And they're just trying to rebuild. Holding out too long on off a full toss wouldn't have looked good. Another really good-looking stroke here, this time on the offside.
Yeah, they'll have to take a certain amount of risk just to push this run rate a little bit. That's the 6th there. Now Shadab thought he's had his man, would be his 3rd. Made a low full toss out of it, coming down the pitch, and look at that for an effort.
Certainly up the ante here. It's the right-hander, Shadab. Sri Lanka previous over to Nawaz. Maximum first one of the match. Now, Yanaga as well. Got a laugh here. Well positioned, he seemed to be on the move. The distraction of the rope being right behind him made the big difference.
Another good call from Lianage. Picking the field as Abrar isn't very quick, though he got a good bounce.
Just feeling a little bit of a momentum change in the innings here. The last 2 overs looked really good.
Twelve of the over, 11 gone, 71 for 4.
तो शॉपिंग बेशुमार है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले, फायदे पे फायदा दे।
बैंक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवा।
.45 is the run rate, and the last over has helped them. 12 coming off it. Abrar has been brought into the attack. Surely be someone you look out for. Such a great dress rehearsal before the World Cup. Pakistan and Sri Lanka both will be playing all their matches here. When I say here, it's Sri Lanka, of course.
Having a look at the wickets, first man to go. Mashara holding out to Mirza, and then a big stroke from Nasanka as he got himself in, holding out, caught Nawaz, bobbled, was in the bowler, and then Shadab showed. LBW then an inside edge. 2 wickets in the same over. They were confident, the batsman walked off, the finger came up. 4 wickets down. Shadab's been really good so far.
Oh, could see that leg stomp, and that's what has got Abrar excited. 23 coming in the last 2 overs before this, so that's certain level of acceleration. Oh! I just felt there was a sound there. Oh, has he? Oh, he's walking. You're right about that. There was a sound, and suddenly very subdued celebration. Asalanka takes the walk. They've lost 5 now. Trying to hit one down to mid-wicket on a ball turning away. Just have a look.
Top spinner. Big heave onto the onside, a slight edge, slight defection, and another good take by Khan. Big appeal, here's a celebration. A smile. The batsman walks past him, he's gone. He walks off. Just as Sri Lanka started fighting back, Asalanka's out. He's gone for 18. Sri Lanka 72 for 5.
तो शॉपिंग बेशुमार है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले, फायदे पे फायदा दे।
पे पाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवा।
.72 for 5, new man in, Hazaranga. Manindo Hazaranga surely can do a lot with the bat. Along with Lianage, he'll be expected to take this team forward and get to a respectable score. Abrar, meanwhile.
Very like what Abrar's doing here, really, at the stumps. Top spinners, just slight variations, so good. Bringing the stumps into play, I feel. Like to do that a lot more often. Pakistan sends a bit of blood. Yeah, they want to get a couple more wickets here. There's a real opportunity here for their spinners.
Yeah, Saranga went on to play that shot against the spin. The ball that was turning away from him. Good take by Usman at the... It's got somewhere around that armpit. Have a look at that.
Very slight deflection. Rose well, kept his eye on the ball all the way. Here it is, a little bit of the toe, top corner of the bat, or bottom corner, I should say. Deflection, little sound, well taken. So great work here from Abrar. Brilliant from him. 12 gone, 74 for 5.
पाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले, फायदे पे फायदा दे।
Same way, Sri Lanka cricket though, so involved in rebuilding Sri Lanka. All proceeds from this series also. That wonderful course, devastation around Sri Lanka after Cyclone Ditwa, Roshan.
No doubt about it, Russell. We can all join in. We can donate here. Well, I can tell you that the government has established the Rebuilding Sri Lanka Fund under the Presidential Secretariat. It will be governed by a joint government and private sector committee. That is to ensure that credibility, efficiency, and strong oversight is maintained. But yes, you're right. It's time that everyone got together and worked towards rebuilding Sri Lanka. That has to be done.
Bowled really well, Shadab Khan on his return. And the ball spinning like that just tells you there's moisture.
Definite moisture, and it's drying moisture. It's turning a lot.
Hit it well. Fielder has work to do. Lienegate quick between the wickets. Well, with the ball turning like that, they got to reassess, see where they can go. 164 average score batting first. Most games won by teams batting first here in Dambulla. I still feel 155, 160 is a must. Dasun Shanaka, the captain, he's held himself back. Into his last over, Shadab Khan. In fact, last delivery.
Yeah, he's bowled a brilliant spell, but you're talking about 150. But currently, Sri Lanka at the current rate 121, so they need to move on.
At least a couple. He's hit it hard. Long boundaries. 6 runs off. Shadab's over. He finishes with 2 for 25. 80 for 5, Sri Lanka.
बेपाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले।
बेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं।
They're trying, Sri Lanka, just not able to break free. First it was the two seamers, a wicket apiece, Salman Mirza and Mohammad Wasim Jr. Then spin from both ends since the power play, and it's just been hard work. Hit well, down the ground. Hasaranga gets a boundary for Sri Lanka after 16 balls.
Yeah, they need a few of this. Yes, we do know that half of the side is out, but Sri Lanka can't afford to play dot balls. They need to be a little bit more proactive, go after the bowling when it's offered, just like that. And that's his strength. And one thing about Hasaranga, who used to be a predominant offside player, is now looking to pick more spots. That's a very good looking shot. Down the ground 4.
Moment it heads outside that boundary line, it does come back wet. Hence a bit of work from the umpire to dry the seam. It's hard to get away, Abrar. Very subtle variations gets that ball to skid through. Strong winds which blow across the ground here is also a factor. Clever bowlers use the wind for drift. That's Upish. Here's another. No, he's put it down. Salman Mirza. I thought he had it. Just gets away from him.
Important that Lienegate now takes his opportunity with both hands. There was one on the boundary that the fielder miscued. This one too. Sri Lanka wouldn't be complaining. The one that you're talking about, the mystery that Abra brings into, he uses his wrists the fingers a lot, so it's very deceptive.
Hey!
I was mentioning though, the wind, as the bowler gets it to drift as well, now and again it holds up and sometimes it gets pushed away depending on which direction the wind's blowing. Just looked like at that last minute, it went away from Mirza.
Well ball.
This is Asalanka's wicket. Watch the drift, it just comes in, but then when it gets closer to Asalanka, just holds its line. More runs, at least a couple. 10 off the over, Sri Lanka need more of those, 90 for 5.
पाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले, फायदे पे फायदा दे।
Change of ends for Mohammad Nawaz. Had a fabulous 2025 since he came into the team. The leading wicket taker. He had so much more value with his power hitting at the end of the innings. When you look at the other bowlers, he's been expensive. Hit well. He picked his spot so well, Lianagig. You hit the top of the field in the circle, definitely hitting a gap because no one behind.
This is really clever batting by Janit Lianage. Fast emerging as a must in the Sri Lanka white ball team. Look at how he keeps moving around the crease, just making Nawaz err in his length and pounces on it. New spot all the time. Batting on off stump now.
Flat and hard for more. Skids off the outfield.
Outstanding stuff. Outstanding stuff. Back-to-back boundaries. You were talking about 150. Sri Lanka need to go at about 8. Talking about 150. Sri Lanka need to go at about 8, 9, 10 runs and over from here. The last over gave 10. He's already got 8 of the first 2.
Yeah, they're looking at 160 now. But work got to be done here. Rebuild, we said earlier. Got to keep it going. 5 overs after this. Bit of momentum with the batting. That's safe. That's safe. It's running away again. 100 on the board for Sri Lanka. It's taken a while.
Well, this partnership, now 29 of 18, is critical. Because you spoke about the last 5 overs. If they can go on and let Dasun Shanaka, if he has to come in for the last 2 overs or 3 overs with a good footing, he can express himself. Ideally, this pair should go on, but just in case. That, to me, will be perfect for Sri Lanka to try and get to that 150 or 160. But still a lot of work to be done. At the current rate now, 139 to get to 160. They need to go a little over 10 and over.
And that's not unreasonable. You set yourself right. 10, 12 and over is what teams look for in those last 5 overs. So Sri Lanka nicely paced. That was a little lucky. No man's land was Hasaranga. Just managed to get back to ball. The 160 on the cards.
Now they need to milk the last 2. They got 11 of the first 4 with a dot. Can they finish strong? That should be Sri Lanka's plan.
Useful edge. Fast outfield, another 4. The runs are coming for Sri Lanka.
Well, they needed a big over to get this momentum going. They got 1, they got 10 in the last, now they got 15 here. Now this is perfect, this little phase for them. Doesn't matter how it came at this stage. There was a bit of grip and turn, but useful. Very, very useful in the context of the situation.
Bowled a little quicker from Navas too. That gave the pace the ball needed to run away. Most expensive over of the innings. Hit well. Just the 116 coming off the 15th. 106 for 5.
बेपाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले।
बेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं।
16 off the last over. They need a few more. The batters huffing and puffing. Three boundaries in the last over. Good shot from Lianage. He created that. Picked the length early and hit hard. Very fortunate. But runs nevertheless. The towel's out. Bowler's just using it. You just wonder if there's any dew out there. You would think it's unlikely on days like this with the rain around. But of course, when the ball is head beyond the boundary, lines, they do come back wet because they are not protected. We've had a lot of rain. 11 and over, 161. Hit well. Hasaranga
Yeah, once again, the spin ruled their way. 3 for abroad now, and in comes Dushmanta Shamir. Into the bowlers now with 127, 4-7 on board after being asked to bat first by Pakistan. 2 overs to go after this. Was so important for Sri Lanka, for Lianage to stay, and he's lost his wicket in this manner.
Now, to be able to time the ball pretty well, it's not easy on this surface, especially with the fact once the ball bowls it slower. Another slow delivery, totally misread by Shamir on that occasion.
Yeah, tossing it, just inviting the newcomer to go after it. Still the last 12 balls which remain after this over will be so important, and Dasun Chanaka will look to face as many as possible. So end of the over now, 18 gone, 127 for 7. That's the story so far. 18 gone, 127 for 7. Standout would be Lianage, 40 or 31. The rest of them got themselves starts, but they kept losing wickets at regular intervals. Now it's back to the Pacers. Salman Mirza, 1 for 17 in his 3 overs. So we're just doing a bit of a calculation here. We've got 12 balls to go. Maybe they can add 20 odd runs and try to get close to 150. Use the pace to their advantage. There, flash your bat, and you've been finding fielders one after another. This time Fahim Ashraf takes that catch. He will find himself a little unlucky. The ball was wide outside off, but he manages to play it straight to the fielder.
Very well appointed, that fielder, for that kind of a delivery, which started off from way outside the off stump. Asked the batter to reach for it. He wasn't in control, but the fielder was. Captain departs. It's the 8th wicket. His contribution, just 12 from 9 deliveries. This innings in a strife, 127 for 8.
Mahesh Theekshana walks in, 127 for 8. 11 balls to go in the innings. That's a good ball first up. The first one was way outside off, and this time straight into that block hole. Have a look at that wicket again, trying to reach out. Outstretched arms from Dasun Chanaka, and that's why no control. Has played it straight to Fahim Ashraf.
Yeah, and this innings needed the captain to come to the fore, but he faltered. There was a chance with his ability to get close to 150. Could have been a good total on a surface like this, which is offering a lot to the bowlers.
Gone. That's another wicket here. This time is Chamira who goes. Sri Lanka just not finding that accelerator. The foot on the pedal is missing and they're losing their wickets. 8 down now. 9 down, beg your pardon.
Yeah, with that angle, the option taken by the fast bowler Shamira wasn't the right one. You need a bit of room outside the off stump to be able to hit the ball over extra. He was cramped, no timing, none so ever. That's why he's walking back without contributing. It's 128 for 9.
Last man in, Nuwan Tushara. Got 9 deliveries in the innings, but it seems like Sri Lanka is looking to be wrapped up before that. This certain level of, if you look at the fall of wickets, there's a pattern to it. And just have a look at that last wicket again. Thought he hit it firmly, and he did actually, but straight to Shadab at cover. You could tell by the reaction how hard it was hit. Yeah, they've been losing wickets in pairs. First 2 wickets, 13 and 15. Then 37 and 38, wicket number 3 and 4. 127, 2 wickets fell on the same score. And then 128, of course. So losing the wickets in that fashion, in that manner, in pairs, has probably been one of the reasons also. They've not been able to get like 8 runs and over, 7 runs and over consistently.
Yeah, Sikandar, you're right. On a pitch like this, as a batter, you cannot afford to get too comfortable. You need to stay dialed in, focused. A weak moment can really haunt you, and that's what we have seen throughout this innings. Batters getting starts, not capitalizing. Very good over from the left armer, picked up a couple of wickets in that. It's 128 for 9.
तो शॉपिंग बेशुमार है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले, फायदे पे फायदा दे।
पे बैंक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवा।
.128 for 9. Will surely look to bat the whole 20 overs. Spinners have been good. 2 for Shadab, 3 for Abrar. Nawaz was a little expensive today, went wicketless, none for 40. Final over. Combination has been good now. Just looking at how you want to look at your 11 in the matches to come, and then so on to the World Cup. What would Salman be thinking? How many spin options should he have in conditions like these? Like we mentioned earlier, Siam has not been given the ball, and back in Pakistan when they were playing the Tri-Nation, he was given most of that bowling, also in the power play. So a different outlook to it. Is appealing for a caught behind, but a very delayed appeal from Wasim Jr. Salman just inquiring from the umpire. I think they've gone upstairs.
I think the umpire is confirming whether the ball has carried to the wicketkeeper or not. That is the query.
Give me the best angle for the catch, please. First, I want to check whether it's touch. Give me the ultra edge, please. Give me the ultra edge there, please. Yes, keep it roll through, please. Yes. Can you freeze it there, please? Can you freeze it there? Yes, there's a clear spike. Clear spike has ball next to the bat. Go for the catch, please. Completion of the catch, please. Yes, keep it rolling through. Keep it rolling through. Keep it rolling through until he completed the catch, please. Ball clearly carried to the gloves. I want to see the completion of the catch also, please. Roll it through until he finishes his catch. Yes, I am satisfied. I have decision to the judge.
Well, he's walking off, and the television umpire has made his decision. It means that Sri Lanka have been wrapped up in 19.2 overs. It was a good catch taken. A faint inside edge was picked up by the bowler. And eventually, Sri Lanka all out for 128 in 19.2 overs, with Mahesh Theekshana being that last dismissal for one.
Yeah, both the wrist spinners for Pakistan really bowled well. Picked up 3 wickets. For Abrar, a couple of wickets for Shadab, and then the left comer. And again picked up 3 wickets.
They were 126 for 6 at one stage. They lost 4 wickets for 2 runs. This is Sri Lanka being asked to bat first, and they got 35 in that power play, lost 2 wickets, and then Shadab's very first over after the power play got them 2 more wickets. And that really pulled Sri Lanka's plans back. 40 from Lianage was good, of 31. Rest of them got stars, but couldn't multiply that. 128, all out.
Yes, the conditions suited the bowlers, but Pakistani bowlers, they're very efficient with the new ball. Paved the way for the spinners to come and take charge of the game. Never failed the captain, both the leggies, Abrar and Shadab, bowled really well. Shadab on his comeback game.
All right, so here we are. It's very clear cut for Pakistan to come out there and look at chasing this down. 129 in the 20 overs at 6.45 runs. So don't go too far. We'll be back with the chase.
पेपाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले।
पेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं।
पेपाक है तो ऐड टू कार्ट है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले। फायदे पे फायदा दे।
पेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं।
पेपाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले, फायदे पे फायदा दे। पेपाक है, पेपाक है, पेपाक है, पेपाक है तो शॉपिंग बेशुमार है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले, फायदे पे फायदा दे।
पेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं।
पेपाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले, फायदे पे फायदा दे। पेपाक है, पेपाक है, पेपाक है।
Welcome back. Well, it's not looking too good for Sri Lanka in the first T20 international of this Rhino Cup, powered by Bellows. Let's take a look at how Sri Lanka finished off. Not impressive at all. They had their moments, especially with Hasaranga and Lianage together, and you would have expected Dasun Shanaka to come in and give it the finish that he's capable of, but not to be. And Sri Lanka being dismissed for just 128 in the 20th. Though Pakistan bowling was very good. Mirza at the top, and so was Wasim. I thought Shadab in his comeback game was excellent. And Abra 3 for 25.
Yeah, Pakistan earlier on, when the toss, decided to bowl. That was the first boundary of the match. There was high hopes at that stage. The two openers started out, but soon Mishara came into some trouble. Mirza got his first of 3 wickets. And Sanka trying to launch one, only found square leg, who bounced out his hand, and Nawaz held on. And that was Wasim Jr. striking with his first wicket. There needed to be some fight back, and there was some. Not quite proving to be enough. LBW, Mendes, a big wicket. Shadab into the attack, and a double strike in the same over. Inside edge this time, well caught by Khan behind the stumps. Nawaz, he was a bit expensive today. 4 overs for 40, unfortunately, but this was a big lifeline given to Sri Lanka. Got knocked over the boundary for 6 when it should have been held on to. But Khan really did well. Threw out some good catches. There were shows of some hope. There were signs of hope along the way. A couple of chances not quite held on to, or didn't even get a hand to on some occasions. Glimpses, not quite enough from this side. 11 fours, 2 sixes in this innings, but the partnerships, there was nothing to speak of throughout. Some big wickets fell at especially tough times. Abra was a standout for me coming into the attack late, taking 3 for 25 today. And this was a big wicket as well. Shanaka holding out to a deep backward point. And you can see he held his head down there, couldn't believe his luck. The wickets kept on falling, the last 4 wickets falling for just 2 runs. That was a huge disappointment. Inside edge, well taken by Khan. That was his 3rd catch behind the stumps. They needed to go upstairs for it. The technology at our disposal, decision was out. And that was the end of the innings. Disappointing, but Pakistan now, Sri Lanka posting 128, will need 129 of 20 overs, under 7 to the over.
Well, not a good performance, below par. Pakistan winning the toss and putting Sri Lanka in and doing extremely well to restrict them to 128. But talking about Sri Lanka cricket, one can say that there have been many wonderful facilities that has been established. This is at the R. Premadasa International Cricket Stadium. The new indoor nets, the state-of-the-art indoor facility built to international standards, consisting of 7 wickets and 2 dedicated to spin bowling, fast bowling and general purpose wickets as well. And the facilities are very well served for both national men's and women's teams, A team, emerging, and also the age groups under 19, 17 and 15 national squads. So plenty in terms of facilities for the national and younger cricketers emerging. Well, they're here, and the Sri Lanka team walking out. They got a pretty modest score to defend, I must say. Definitely below par. We were talking at one stage of around 160, but at least 150 looked very possible. But suddenly, with those last few wickets crumbling, set Pakistan that challenging target that they would have loved to have had. But still, it's a funny game.
Absolutely right. Anything can happen in the evening. But Pakistan will take a lot of heart and take a lot of momentum from the end of that bowling innings into their batting, and they can have a really productive power play. Really can break the back of this run chase quite early on. You got some good players, some experienced players as well, men in form. Nelba looking to put this game beyond Sri Lanka early on in this power play. And they've got the likes of Chimera. Those are real fast bowlers to look out for. He's been a standout over the last year or so. Head and shoulders above any other fast bowler.
See, that's a comfort for Sri Lanka, because the bowling resources, they've gone in with 4 frontline bowlers. You spoke about Shamira. Nuwan Tushara has had his moments. He's been very good. to pitch it down.
Confident looking stroke that. Hit with conviction. Really nice setup. Good piece of harming as well. He looked in good form here. Sri Lankan opening pair really struggling to find their feet and assess the conditions quickly.
Because is the only way for Sri Lanka going forward at the moment. 4 without loss. From around the leg stump, and that went horribly wrong. Again, more runs, 4 more. That's not the line to bowl. Became a little bit easy. 12 without loss.
बेपाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले।
बेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं।
Well, Farhan has already got 11 of 5. There were some gifts on the pads that he made full use of in that Nuwan Tushar over. 12 without loss. It's a good start for Pakistan, especially as they're after a very moderate score. 129 is not frightening. Well, these are the boundaries we're talking about. That was outside the leg stump. I'm just wondering, John, because the natural angle is outswing, whether he's searching for swing from that leg stump and eventually playing into the hands of the batter.
Only slightly off in the line, a couple of inches really, and it's cost him dearly. They've got off to a start now. Here's Tikshana. He's into the attack, and this is going to be an important spell. A slip in position as well to Ayub.
Right, Nuwan Tikshana now. There was a lot of turn that the spinners got off the track. Tikshana is someone who looks to bowl it quicker. Now that's generally the stock ball, the pacey bowls, mid to the high 90s. Interesting to see what he would get out of the surface. That was also fired in that was in fact over 100.
Showing that angle and a good matchup for the off spinner to the left-hander early on. So you're just getting off strike once again, and see if Farhan can find his range early on here to the off spinner. Beat both edges. That's a real advantage Tikshana's got. Obviously, a change of pace, variations really. The off spinners in the world in T20 cricket.
He's got to slip into the right hand as well. That's bowled slower. Very interesting to see how the Sri Lankan spinners would actually bowl on this surface, because the Pakistan spinners had a lot, particularly Shadab, turned the ball a lot. Manitu Hasaranga, wrist spinner, can do that. Abra always has so much of tricks up his sleeve with those variations. Oh, good shot. Very good shot, I'll tell you. That's gone the distance. That is an excellent shot from Saim Ayub.
Tell you what, that's out of the top draw. What a brilliant stroke. He's not happy with that shot. Was Sri Lankan coach, the coaching staff, Malinga. This is a glorious stroke. As you say, he's played from the crease. Was included in that shot for 6. Absolutely brilliant. Was included in that shot for 6. Absolutely brilliant.
Found nothing on the surface. Tikshana. He found the width, Saim Ayub, and the length, of course. And as you said, brilliant execution. Outstanding. What a way to announce himself. You gotta slip in. And the Sri Lankan captain, the bowler, looking for that scalp, and your response is to take him on and deposit it over extra cover. Good batting.
You thought about who's the most successful in the first innings. Talked about those leg spinners. They were really good. But look at their contributions. 5 for 45 off 8. Here's another look at that stroke. Just leaning back slightly to get that elevation. The flourish with the arm work was really a thing to behold.
Yeah, great flourish, isn't it? Now that gripped a bit. That definitely gripped. He played a bit early, but still 21 without loss.
पाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले, फायदे पे फायदा दे। पेपाक है, पेपाक है, पेपाक है।
(21) without loss, going at over 10 runs and over, and the requirement is now down to a runner ball. Dot balls are never a consideration. Looking to defend this score. When I say consideration, they're important, but Sri Lanka can never win it with dots. It's all to do with wickets, and wickets early, and if they can in clusters. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. That time on the pads, working the angle, and he is looking good, Saim Ayub.
When you hear this name, Ayub, you hear about the hype and what he's got to offer. He's such a youngster. When you play shots of this, it just oozes class. Look at that. Just the bat fell onto the ball there. Just such a beautiful square, but he did over mid-wicket this time. So he has not managed to get it on target here at all so far, Tushara.
That boundary was an easy angle because his natural movement is back into the left-hander, and he has no mid-wicket, or had no mid-wicket, now back into the left-hander, and he has no mid-wicket, or had no mid-wicket, now there is one, and he now decides to go over the wicket. So that last delivery, you go round wicket, you go wide, and you angle it in, and then you're just asking for that shot. Wide down the leg side. You could see that Tushara's radar is not where it actually should be aiming at.
Captain Shanaka as well. I'm going to ask a few questions, possibly. Say Tushara, he can't bowl it outside off really by much at all, because all the fields are up in the ring, and he wants to, if anything, straighter. But now with the shape, the margin for error is so small. Slightly offline onto that thigh pad, it can get flicked away for 4. Not much room for him to work with.
He's got 2 men on the leg side, so he'll be looking to bowl more straighter than really bowling leg stump. Mid-wicket square leg covered. Again, you could see that movement back into the left-hander. See, ideally, when Tushara is on song, he'll go around the wicket and swing it back from wide of the off stump, and almost on a full length, and he's had many a left-handed been dismissed. Now again, that's, you could see it straight and swinging to the left-hand, it becomes easy. The boundary that he got, that's a bit of a misfield. Boundary that he got was again another gift going wide of the crease onto the pads. Now to the right-hander, his field set suggests that the captain wants him to bowl more middle and off. Well, pace off, clever bowling, that tipped a bit on him.
Be thoughts of Chimera, who's had a big year leading this attack. When he'll be introduced, surely, towards the back end of this power play, you'd think, have a bit of a go. Thisara's been entrusted with another over after his first one wasn't the best. This over already, he's gone for 6.
Oh, what a shot! What a shot that is! It hit the side screen on the full. That is a shot with authority again, pace off and hit with tremendous power.
Absolute beauty. He's this one almost like he knew it was the slow delivery. He saw it and he freed those arms up. Just enjoyed admiring his work. Lovely view of it, the left foot going out to the leg side a touch so he could free those arms up, and pure timing, 93 meters. That's a big one.
Virtually muscled it, didn't he? That was hit with so much of power. And a great start for the Pakistani team, making a statement, setting the tone in this chase. Short one. That's gone for 6 as well. Back to back. They are moving very, very quickly.
The other's gone for 18. There's still one delivery left. I was wondering when Thisara would think about using a back of a length or a shorter delivery. And he's tried everything, and he included that short delivery, and it's been dispatched. So he went very high, that's for sure. Went many a mile. Back-to-back 6s.
Yeah, great risk. A lot of power. And look at how far it went. Previous one pitched up, forced Tushar to bowl back of a length, and great response from Farhan. 24 of 10. He's already got 18 runs in the over. Tushar has gone for 30 with 1 ball to go. It's a massive over, 19 runs of it. 40 without loss of just 3 overs. Well, what a start by Pakistan. 40 without loss in 3 overs. I mean, just imagine that dugout, the dressing.
तो ऐड टू कार्ट है इन स्टोर ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले फायदे पे फायदा दे
बैंक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवा.
And that asking rate is under 6 runs and over. You couldn't have asked for more. Anything more from these openers in the first 3 overs.
Halfway through the power play, they are streets ahead, needing 89 off 102 balls. That's the equation at the moment. But having a look at Farhan and his efforts so far in the power play, has only seen half of the power play of him, and he smashed it to all parts. The best of them, a straight 6 into the touch screen, and the last one a pickup on the leg side, and some frustration. The Sri Lankan perspective at the moment, they need to take wickets.
So this is Mahesh Deekshana continuing. You're asking for trouble.
This pair's been clinical so far. I mean, great to watch his variation there. He never looks like he tries to hit the ball too hard. Ayub places the ball, classical technique, and caresses the ball for 4.
Well, the Pakistan batters seem to find no terrors on the surface. Sri Lanka struggled. In fairness, we did see a few balls getting stuck in the pitch, some of them stopping, and a lot of turn as well with the leg spinner bowling, but challenging the batters so far in the first 4 overs. You put it down to good batting or just ordinary bowling?
Certainly think Sri Lanka disappointed, didn't bat so well, haven't bowled well either so far. What Pakistan have done is the initial couple overs, they just played good cricket shots. They didn't really try and invent any strokes or run down the wicket and try and hit one over the top. They just used the pace of the ball and have picked up plenty of boundaries. 4 4s, 3 6s already in this power play.
It's been dominating so far by Pakistan. And they've been smart. They've been picking their spots, aggressive batting. It's not just been hitting 6s and 4s. They blended it well with those singles and 2s as well.
They've got a good understanding. Obviously, it helps to have right left-handers at the top of the order. Shana has been, they chat a lot to his bowlers in this power play, and you don't want to have to do that too much. It's start early on.
Last ball of the over. Well, they've got 7 with that single of the last ball. 4 overs done. Almost 12 runs and over for Pakistan. 47 without loss.
पाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है. इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले. फायदे पे फायदा दे. पेपाक है. पेपाक है. पेपाक है.
Off to a flyer. 47 in the 4 overs that Pakistan have batted, and the wickets column is also doing a good favour to them. They've done well and trying to get or minus as many as possible while the power play is on. 2 more overs to go.
Get as much as pitched up, hit through the line, short. Pick your spot. Dusmantha Chamira into the attack with 120. Into the attack with 128 on the board. Sri Lanka needed an effort with the ball. That's 4. The 50 is on the board. They're running away with it. Sri Lanka needed wickets, but they're leaking runs.
Yeah, a pretty slowish delivery. 108 kilometers on that. And Sahibzada Farhan was all over it. 5 boundaries and 3 sixes already. Yeah, just trying to bowl a leg cutter there. Minus this boundary, but Chamira has been pick of the ball. He's been amongst wickets for Sri Lanka, and you probably expect that. Sad that the bowling attack doesn't have many runs to defend, so they can't experiment much. They see how this power play goes by. He's lifted that high in the air. Has got less distance, more height. So it might be caught up with, yes.
But that's awareness as well. You may think it was a miss hit, but previous delivery, mid-on was at long on. He came into the circle, and hence Burhan feels that's a free hit for him. Not runs. There are no runs on the board, Sikandar. It's not fair to judge a bowling unit. But they're trying for wickets all the time, looking for to judge a bowling unit. But they're trying for wickets all the time, looking for something special. And more often than not, the pitch also tends to look flatter. But the batters know their target. There's no...
This was discreetly on the unfair side for the bowling attack, to be tested when the batters are unable to put bigger scores. You're asking them to bowl at the opposition when not too many runs are there, and they don't feel at the opposition when not too many runs are there, and they don't feel the pressure the opposition.
But bowling, it's about going through your processes, building dots, thereby pressure in partnerships, and forcing the batter to make that mistake. Can't search for wickets every ball, and you just end up playing into the hands of the batters. But the approach of the two teams, the attitude,
It's a good delivery. He's asking a question. The keeper never reacted to it. It's only Chamira.
But as of now, you look at the two batters out there, so confident, so free in playing their shots. Dasun Shanaka. Yep, it was late. They're trying their luck.
TV umpire director, we have a player review for caught behind. Original decision is not out. I have checked the feed. Fair delivery. Start with the front on, please. I'll write there, confirm whether any bat involved. Keep it rolling through, please. Keep it rolling through. Satisfied there is a gap between bat and ball, flat line. Go back to on-field umpire Chamara, please. Chamara, you can stay with your not out
Massive
decision.
gap
You are on
between
screen, make your signal.
bat
Thank
and
you.
ball, nothing in it. They lose the review, Sri Lanka.
I wonder what prompted him to go for that review, because Kusal Mendes never ever reacted to that when he collected the ball.
Yeah, Chamiro was the one who always wanted it. But when you play out here in Dambulla, something that can happen is with the strong wind, depending on which direction it's blowing. There are players who could hear and who could not hear. That could be a reason. We've seen that happen.
This time he flashes hard at that and had a bit of width available, and he went on with it. But just a single, that's how quickly it traveled to the fielder in the deep.
Ball turned, bounced a lot more. Lankan batters just couldn't get their timing right. It just looked so different. And that could also come down to the fact of where they are at. Pakistan, Sri Lanka played against each other not too long ago. Pakistan were dominant. They seem to be a team that's improving. But more questions for Sri Lanka, just unable to get that monkey off their back.
End of over number 5. It's 55 for no loss.
तो ऐड टू कार्ट है इन स्टोर ऑनलाइन NATM हर जगह चले फायदे पे फायदा दे
पेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवा
पेपाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है इन स्टोर ऑनलाइन NATM हर जगह चले फायदे पे फायदा दे पेपाक है तो शॉपिंग बेशुमार है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम, हर जगह चले, फायदे पे फायदा दे।
पे पाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवा।
100 of 11. Required is now just 4.9. So that helps their cause. Dikshana will continue. He is bowling his third over on the trot in the power play. None for 16 for him.
But Nuwan Tushar are really getting nothing though. 2 overs for 31. The ball not swinging, not dipping. The slow ball tends to dip. It was preferred for this game, as he did lose his place in the team in that tri-series back in Rawalpindi. Well, maybe Matisha Pathirana might be that option for Sri Lanka to turn to, who's a lot quicker, and he's a banker in the death overs. Wonderful part of the world, Sri Lanka. Wherever you go, their nature to soak in.
You're just talking about the role definition. Just before the start of the World Cup, every team is trying to get their best combination ready. And in recent times, when you look at the Pakistan 11 in this match, so to speak, and it's picked up. That's his favorite zone. He favors that. It's the stronger area where Saim Ayub scores runs and he gets yet another boundary.
Geez, they're playing some wonderful shots. Hasaranga loosening up. Well, he's not going to have many runs to bowl to, because both openers, they really are playing wonderfully well. Tikshana.
Oh, he's missed it completely. That no-look shot has become a no-look wicket. Tikshana strikes. He's been rewarded for being consistently into the stumps, and this time beats all defenses. Pakistan lose their first.
A breather for Sri Lanka. Tikshana. Almost at 100. That deviates ever so slightly in towards the left-hander. The celebrations tell you the story of how the Sri Lankans are feeling at the moment. Saim Ayub's gone for 24, 59 for 1, Pakistan.
पेपाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम, हर जगह चले।
पे पाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं।
तो शॉपिंग बेशुमार है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम, हर जगह चले, फायदे पे फायदा दे।
पे पाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं।
तो ऐड टू कार्ट है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम, हर जगह चले, फायदे पे फायदा दे।
पे पाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं।
Pakistan captain walks out at number 3 with that last wicket of Saim Ayub. First T20 international in Sri Lanka for the captain. From being told for the 11. That's Saim Ayub. Didn't get any part of the bat onto that. As you mentioned, Russ, slight deviation did the job. Power play is done. Pakistan 59 for 1.
पेपाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम, हर जगह चले, फायदे पे फायदा दे। पेपाक है। पेपाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले।
पेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं।
पेपाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले। फायदे पे फायदा दे। पेपाक है, पेपाक है, पेपाक है।
Pressure was on, but Pakistan would be happy with what they see on that scoreboard, knowing that they need 129 to win this.
Yeah, 70 more. Required rate just a 5. Hasaranga. Power play is done. Straight into the attack.
Loud shout from the man in the slips. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting contest because Hasaranga 128 or not going to put up a fight to the opposition.
Yeah, he'll get his bag of tricks out. But with this type of required rate, the batters don't need to take any chances. When they're going after him is when he poses more of a threat.
Just get a feeling the Sahibzada Farhan with his 33 of 19, he might not look to play him off or whatever overs Hasaranga balls. He'll still probably back himself.
It was power pack all right, the first 6 overs. Noan Tushar erring in line. That was a wonderful shot from Saim Ayub. Tushar in for a second over and the pain continued. Deekshana just before the end of the power play got that wicket. 59 runs off it then. They can afford to just knock him around like this. They really don't need take any chances. That puts them in a good position and nullifies the threat of Hasaranga.
Field spread out after the power play. That allows them to just push that ball because a huge vacant zone onto that onside. Fielders are pushed back, so as you said, they can just knock it around and take those singles.
Hasaranga in turn, his desperation would probably force him to go higher, flight. That plays into the arc of the batters. They need a break. Something out of the ordinary to go in your favor. 4 runs, 4 singles off the Hasaranga over. 63 for 1.
तो शॉपिंग बेशुमार है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले। फायदे पे फायदा दे।
पेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं।
पेपाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले। फायदे पे फायदा दे। पेपाक है, पेपाक है, पेपाक है। पेपाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले।
पेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं।
And today Pakistan put Sri Lanka into bat, 128 all out in 19.2 overs. And here they are with 66 more required of 78 deliveries. Chamira once again into the attack. He's changed ends now. Now we operating from the grandstand end.
Wind behind him now. We've been given the flick from the grandstand, in fact. In previous years, the commentary box situated just above the side screen on the far end, between the two teams. Now we got a new spot. It's quite lonely out here. It's just us. There we are. But fabulous facilities, plenty of room. There we are. enough room to spread our feet, be comfortable, and for some, sit on the phone and not be heard. Wonder who he's texting.
Everyone's calculating something.
Don't tell me they're texting each other.
Could be. Quick single, good single there. Not letting any opportunity go wherever there's a run possible. It's just a push, and he played it to the fielder, backing themselves.
There's a lot of work for the fielder to do, and had to take the long way around, run round Chamira. Did Pakistan's captain. 63 required then of 75 balls, well under control. This chase. No Babar Azam, Salman Ali Agha in at 3.
Catch it is the call, and it's been dropped. A tough call. Dived forward. Thought he got his fingers underneath it.
Thought he had it, Dasun Shanaka. Never easy diving forward though. Sri Lanka need those to stick. Have a closer look. Thought he did carry. Oh, that's a drop in fact. Done all the hard work, but just forgot to hang on to the ball.
Yeah, another slow one worked. 115 clicks.
R. Sridhar. Ball slightly towards that leg side. Roped in as Sri Lanka's fielding coach here. Leg by signals. Farhan not happy. Neither is Malingan. He wants runs given to him. Yeah, that's off the bat, but leg by signal by the umpire. That's why Farhan's not happy.
He's trying to elevate that over that short fine fielder. We still managed to get that boundary. Yeah, there was a lot of bat on that. No wonder he was a little upset. So the last ball of the over now. 72 on the board. Another slow one, but ends up as a low full toss and another boundary. Runs leaking here. 8 overs gone. 76 for 1.
पाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले, फायदे पे फायदा दे। पेपाक है, पेपाक है, पेपाक है, पेपाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले।
पेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं।
I can tell you what, it's been a complete dominance from a Pakistan point of view. Boundary of the last ball. And he's been doing it well. Farhan, 42 of 25. Striking at 168. 4 fours and 2 sixes. What more can you ask for from someone opening the batting? Chasing a small target, wanting to set the tone. So, you received my text, Mr. Amir Sohail? At least I was supposed to be texting you.
What for?
I don't know.
Well, shouldn't be bothered about gossips. Don't worry about that. But, you know, ever since he was selected to represent Pakistan, he's been very prolific. Sabzada Farhan. And he started to ooze with confidence. But you have to laud Pakistani bowlers' performance. By packing up that innings for a paltry total, they have taken all the pressure off from the Pakistani batsmen, allowed them the freedom to come out and bat freely. Boundaries are flowing.
So you heard Russell Arnold make the point in the last over that Hasaranga will look to do different things to try and attack and get wickets, and that's exactly what we see here. He understands that wickets are important, so in the process you'll expect him to experiment, try to lure the batter, and the response could be very, very different.
And that presents a lot of opportunities for the batters to make their mark. Once a bowler is experimenting a lot, he's bound to offer freebies to the batter, and that's what we saw with the first delivery ball by Hasaranga.
He doesn't really have the luxury, obviously, of the runs he would have liked to have had. But having said that, you would have expected the Sri Lankan bowlers to put up a better fight. Yes, you're defending a smaller score, but come out and make a statement. But the credit to the Pakistan batters, they just didn't let the Sri Lankan opening bowlers, particularly Nuwan Tushara, even attempt it.
Yeah, if there was any pressure on the Pakistani batters, it was evaporated in no time when they were able to find boundaries against Tushara. And that brought a lot of pressure on the other bowlers, forced them into experimenting a lot. And that's where Pakistani batters gained, and gained big time. 9 done, 82 for 1.
पेपाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले।
पेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं।
पेपाक है तो शॉपिंग बेशुमार है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले। फायदे पे फायदा दे।
पेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं।
पेपाक है तो ऐड टू कार्ट है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले। फायदे पे फायदा दे।
पेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं।
Right, 82 for 1. Well, we do all know that Sri Lanka went through a very difficult time in November. National worked hard to provide relief, and Sri Lanka Cricket and many other corporates have joined in, individuals have joined in. So, well, the call goes out, the clarion call goes out that everyone should support the rebuilding effort of Sri Lanka.
Yeah, hats off to this nation. This nation has dealt with quite a few calamities, but they stood up, never gave up, and rebuild. It's time to rebuild again.
Yeah, I can tell you one thing, Amir, just getting back to that very quickly, that Sri Lanka is a nation, as you very correctly said, have never been defeated. They've always overcome as a nation. And there have been many situation that they had to face, including this one here, where Pakistan's hitting boundaries for fun, but Sri Lanka as a nation has always overcome. For the Pakistan batters, because this partnership also 31 of 23, so you could see the domination. Now it's down to 39 of 62. And from T20 point of view, it has to be a walk in the park from here, unless of course something seriously goes wrong.
Yeah, Pakistan can get over the line in a jiffy, especially if that man in the picture stays out there in the middle for Pakistan.
Well, you think they're not happy? They don't look happy. Pakistan's winning. Rather have them smiling a little bit more.
You need outpour of emotions from Pakistani
Just
coach.
smile. I mean, don't look tensed.
Looks relaxed.
All right, that's a different interpretation.
Pensive for you. 10 overs done, 93 for 1.
पेपाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले।
पेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं।
पेपाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले। फायदे पे ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले। फायदे पे ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले। फायदे पे फायदा दे।
पेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं।
तो शॉपिंग बेशुमार है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड एटीएम हर जगह चले। फायदे पे फायदा दे।
पेपाक
एटीएम हर जगह चले। फायदे पे फायदा दे।
पेपाक
Close to 150. Pakistan got plenty of time to get over the line. They just need 33 more runs. 9 overs left. And Shamira's back. He's bowled 2 overs for 16. Dushmantha Shamira has been good, has kept himself fit. Bowled with good pace. One thing about him is that he's not someone, at least the new Shamira we see, he's not someone high or mid 140s, but generally in the high 130s with far better control.
That's coming of age. Maturing as a fast bowler. Fast bowler. He's learned how to set up a batsman. And that's why he doesn't try and bowl fast. Every delivery. There was a slow delivery outside the off stump, and that was thumped. Should be 3.
The third in his last 5 innings, which talks of the quality this man brings into this Pakistan batting. Well, the umpires would want to take a look as to whether it was cleanly hauled in. This is the captain, Dasun Shanaka. Wholehearted effort. I think he's fine. He's done well. I think he saved a single. But what about this man, Farhan? What an innings he's played. Outstanding.
Yeah, he's evolving day by day as a batter. Sahibzada Farhan. His demeanor out there in the middle tells you he has found his game. And he's pretty confident with that.
That's pace on. That is pace on from Dushmanta Chamira. Surprised him. Surprised Fakhar Zaman. The previous delivery, you spoke about coming of age, and this is Dushmanta Chamira for you.
And it was a well-directed bouncer.
Short fine leg comes in, mid-wicket goes out to the boundary. Now, let's try and understand from a batting. Perspective. Fakhar Zaman batting on the off stump against Dushmanta Chamira.
To cover the angle which the bowler is looking to create. But the bowler was offline on that occasion. He's got a different style of batting, and that's for sure. Fakhar Zaman.
Well, those leg side areas are covered much because it's just like that. You just get a single.
Yeah, talking about Sahibzada Farhan. He came out gun blazing. From the word go, he was very positive. He pounced on every opportunity to score boundaries. The way he handled the leggy Hasaranga. We all know that he bowls with a low trajectory. Leggy Hasaranga. We all know that he bowls with a low trajectory, and he was very low in his stance to be able to deal with those deliveries. Clever thinking.
This time taken. Shanaka the catcher. Farhan goes. Shanaka the catcher. Farhan goes. It is Dushmanta Chamira who strikes. And Sri Lanka have got a third wicket.
Yeah, it was Roshan who put markers on Sahibzada Farhan. Commentators curse and he's walking back. Nevertheless, good contribution from him. 51 from 36 deliveries. No timing, no elevate. It's 101 for 3.
Out for 51, Farhan. It's 101 for 3.
तो ऐड टू कार्ट है इन स्टोर ऑनलाइन एनएटीएम हर जगह चले फायदे पे फायदा दे
पेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवा
पेपाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है इन स्टोर ऑनलाइन एनएटीएम हर जगह चले
पेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं
तो शॉपिंग बेशुमार है इन स्टोर ऑनलाइन एनएटीएम हर जगह चले फायदे पे फायदा दे
पेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं
In after the dismissal from Sahibzada Farhan. 24 matches to his name. since he's made his return from the UAE. .51 for Sahibzada. Not trying to elevate that Sahibzada Farhan just over that mid-off fielder. Just couldn't get that desired mid-off fielder. Just couldn't get that desired elevation. And played it straight to Dasun Shanaka there. Maybe suggesting that shadow practice, that probably a little wider than what he managed to play. 27 more required with 1 for 13 for him. In this setup now ahead of the World Cup, Pakistan has shuffled the roles for the batters. Usman Khan now more of a finisher. He's opened as well in the past in T20s. So is for Fakhr Zaman, a bit of a floater. He batted 6 and 7 also in the recently concluded Tri-Nation. So it's an advantage to have a batter like him for your captain and for your head coach, who can easily just blend in anywhere where they feel it's required. Wow, that really died on him.
Strike. As you say, it's a huge advantage if your batting lineup can alternate between roles and fit in to any situation, which in T20 cricket any situation can come about. And if you've got enough skills in that batting lineup, you say there's a couple, as we know, big names to come back into this lineup heading into that World Cup, that the guys who get the opportunity here in these games, these series, you really take advantage and you give yourself the best practice, in inverted commas, for the World Cup, not far away.
Yeah, he closed the face of the bat. Hasaranga still at it. Even though it's 26 required, he's going to surely make life difficult, especially when the two batters are fairly new in the middle. He's got a challenge of a battle of his own going on with the batter.
Throws a leg spinner in this time. Well, 3 googlies in a row. The previous one to the left-hander was, oh, I tell you what, so close. I don't think he would have needed to appeal for that one. But he's on target. He's got some confidence. He's had a good spell here tonight. He's asked some questions. That's what you want to see from a world-class player.
What Pakistan batters have done well, just looking at Hasaranga's spell, they just look to knock him around. They haven't tried anything flashy against him, which is why, yes, good figures for him, 1 for 16 in his final over, final ball. But they've looked not to give too many wickets to him.
Played within themselves, and cleverly so. The power play went for 55. So that is a huge chunk out of this total.
Fakhr Zaman will keep strike as Pakistan move to 106 for 3.
पेपाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड ATM हर जगह चले।
पेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं।
पेपाक है तो शॉपिंग बेशुमार है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड ATM हर जगह चले। फायदे पे फायदा दे।
पेपाक आज ही अपने बैंक से बनवाएं।
पेपाक है तो पाकिस्तानियत है। इन स्टोर, ऑनलाइन एंड ATM हर जगह चले। फायदे पे फायदा दे। पेपाक है।
That's your match summary there. Just 23 more required of 42. That equation favors Pakistan. They did well, the bowlers, at the moment at this stage of the match. Down the wicket and gone. He's completely missed that. And what do you know? You come into the attack, and you've taken a wicket. First sign of aggression shown by Fakhar Zaman, but he was nowhere close to that. He was keeping low, and Kushal Mendes just collected around his ankles and just flicked the bails.
Really well taken. Just going past that leg stump, and he finished the job really well there. As I say, just trying to finish it here.